Hey, this is Steven from Legit Tech Tutorials and the Green Engineers, and I have my fan again on low setting. I really like that. It's great for the recording, and also it's really nice and quiet. So you see here that we're running a brand new update on 8/13/2019. That was the update. It's 12 o'clock at 12 o'clock in the morning, I guess you could say. So now it's 8/14/19. So that's why it has gone forward. And now we have this new UI. We have some new stuff for generative design and all that jazz. So we're going to continue with the CNC water jet because I talked to Tim Kane a little bit before. Today at work. So things are getting a little bit confusing as far as the how things go together. So I want to basically build an assembly so that an assembly step file and an assembly drawing so that there is no confusion as far as how this thing goes together. So let's call this high pressure side assembly. I'm going to save on that. And we're going to go into the drawing and mark everything out. So let's go ahead, and then also I'm going to have all the angles at which I want things, and I'll show you guys that. So basically what we're going to have is we're going to have so here's the cutting head. So this is the top of the cutting head. Cutting head's going to be like so. Perfect. Cutting head's like that. And then we're going to have a box up here. So let's say whatever it is here, adapter, let's call it. So this would be the adapter, blah, 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 whatever. And then we have the angle at which this thing is coming out, let's say, right? So, and then here is the angle. So this is the adapter to the 7/8 14 or whatever it is. And then here is this, and here's this, and it comes out. And then the hose comes from here, and let's go ahead and close this and go back to that sketch. And let's do an arc. Create arc. 3-point arc. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go here, and then this is going to be about, what is it, 28 inches or 30 inches from the ground. And then this is going to be about 48 inches minus, what was it, 28 inches, I think. Or what we could do is we could open this up and see this. But again, we're not going to show this to him because this is our thing here. It's kind of really cool, nice little new modern look. It's kind of cool. Oh, also my printer is down, so we need to basically change that. We need to fix that, so I'm working on that. Otherwise it's going to be very difficult to do what needs to be done on this project if that's still down, so we need to get that working. Yeah, so 28 inches. This should be right. Okay, so 28 inches. So this is going to be, so 28 inches divided by 2. or 28 inches minus 48 is 48 inches minus 28 inches. Minus 28 inches. Yeah, I need to, I'm doing a review on World War III video game here pretty soon, so I was having Steam download in the background. So obviously there's a distance here. So let's say that's pressed all the way. And there it is. So, and then let's have the manifold. So this is the maximum that we could go here. This is basically where the this guy is pressed up against the wall pretty much. So let's bring down the manifold here. And let's rotate the manifold. And let's line it up. There we go. Great. And then basically we're going to have some tubing go up and go in, and then we're going to have, oh, another thing that I wanted to tell him is also that I would like to have a pressure gauge here as well. And so there, that's where that guy comes out. Then we're going to do a, go back to this one, and move that forward. What? It didn't ask me to save location, that's weird. Like so. It's not saving the location, but that's alright. Arc 3 point. So from here, project here. So something like that, basically. Obviously this is not that right angle, I guess you could say. This is 50 inches, which is a little bit over 4 feet. We have 10 feet. Yeah, so obviously we need 10 feet. So we'll figure that out. Okay, so I mean, but that's the idea. So that goes there, that goes there, and then this is the cutting head with the orifice, and then the pump side. So let's put the pump side. And let's rotate it this way. Okay, good. And then the other pump side, bring it over here, bring it down, rotate it. Okay, now let's look. Does look pretty good. Should be fine. Okay, so that's basically it there. Let's move this back far forward. Okay, then another thing that we wanted to do now is we need to go here and we need to create a sketch here. And we create a circle right. Let's go ahead and project, include this guy. Another thing we're going to want to do is eventually we're going to want to I'm going to want to extrude that. So sketches, bring back that one. Okay, so what we'll do is, let's see, move it slightly, see what happens. Move this one slightly. Okay, so now we basically have the whole thing. So here's cutting head, so here's like the adapter, here's whatever, and then we need to have all the documentation as far as what threads this whole thing uses and all that kind of stuff. So high pressure side assembly, so there we go. That's basically what it is. Looks like things are out of whack here a little bit. Right there, looks good. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this, and then we're going to do File, New Design from New Drawing from Design, and we're going to do is A size. Oops. Okay, so let's do base view. Let's do front. 1/8. And projected view. That should be good. Okay, so cutting head, good. Adapter, good. '90-degree elbow. Flexible hosing. And this is 4-point manifold. It's pretty long. Let me see. There we go. That's good. And then this is port out, pump output port. What the heck? Okay, let's save that. Just in case I want to print it, I'm gonna move it a little bit. Two inputs and two outputs. However you want to say it, I guess you could say. Flexible tubing. Adapter, 90-degree elbow, and cutting head. And then maybe we could have a projected view. That's pretty cool. They get the idea there. That's kind of a side look. Okay, so now we need to have this and this because we need the threads. M14 by 1.5. Okay, so let's see. So this is pump output port is M14 by 1.5 inch. Cutting head is 7, I believe it's cutting head mock-up. 7/8 18. By 18, and this needs to be way bigger. This next size 0.308. Oh, that's way too big. Maybe 2. Yeah. Output port. Am I gonna make it? Not really. I'm just gonna abbreviate some of this. Cool. Oh, what? There. Cool. Okay, so this is kind of one thing that they could look at and know, okay, I got 2 things go here, going to the manifold. So probably not prefer the bottom. I guess whatever they have, and then I'll just mount the pump accordingly. But I think the pump really has to be flat, but I could elevate it so that the gauge could fit out the bottom. Cool. Okay, I like it. So let's do this. Save. And we don't need to send them the step. We have the step for, we send them the step of the pump side mock-up, the cutting head mock-up, and then now we have this, image here. So this should be, this should be plenty for them to figure out how to go ahead. And obviously, well, like I said, I'm going to be going on vacation Thursday. So basically, now technically it's Wednesday, so that would be tomorrow. Because it is Wednesday now, 12:30 in the morning. So tomorrow I'll be going to Palm Springs on Thursday, and so I'll be gone till Sunday night. So I think I'll be able to do some stuff. I'll be actually able to do my Unity videos, I think, because I'll be back 8 o'clock Sunday night. So I'll be able to do some videos and maybe some catch up and do Ava's game and those stuff, but obviously you're not interested in that. Most likely you're not interested in that. You're interested in the water jet stuff. Okay, so that is basically it here. I'm thinking these are a little crowded here, but that's okay. Can you draw? Oh, I can. Cool. Now it's not so crowded. Okay, so that looks good. I'm happy with it. And we have some time to spare, so I could take today's trash day, so I could take out the recycling. Let's move this down so it's a little bit further away from the side so that they can still print it if need be. Okay. Okay, this might be a little close to the top, but that should be okay even if that's printed off. Or we can move it down a little bit. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. So I think we have what we need here. So we'll see. This is probably going to be it for a little while for the water jet. We need to work with these guys here to get this stuff made. So we could basically get some high pressure pumps, and I'm just going to get some ferrules that fit on this, the right pitch ferrules that go on this thing, and get some tubing and get those valves, and then we'll start working on. We could actually work on the Arduino system or the gerbil, which is basically, I think it's not going to be that big of an issue because we just basically need a servo that a relay that turns on and off the that's on and off for spindle, but in this case just closes or opens that relay, so it's basically flipped polarity. So when we want it to turn it off, it closes the valve and opens up the blow-off valve. So basically opposite, right? If it wants to, actually no, it's normally open. So actually yes, when it wants to turn on the spindle, it'll close the circuit. Spindle will turn on. So it's a basic, SSR relay. Well, in this case, 12 volt DC, so just probably a regular mechanical relay, and just run on off, and then we'll test drive all those systems and see how that works. And I'm gonna also be working to get my printer back operational as soon as possible. So if we need to do any sort of printing, and then once we have that ordered and everything looks good, I'll order the frame. That will start coming from China. The Tronxy, the 500. Kind of thankful now that it looks like I didn't buy those. I didn't keep the same board because, like I said, I just blew a Z-axis after maybe running it a couple times, less than a handful of times. I already blew a Z-axis, so maybe not the best step of drivers there. All right, so thank you guys so much for hanging out, and this has been Steven from Legit Tech Tutorials and the Green Engineers. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next one. Take it easy. Peace.